Hello everyone. Today I'll be reviewing the Benefactor Streiter based on the Mercedes E-Class All-Terrain 4x4 Squared. It's a removed website car and costs about $500,000. The customization here is decent, however it would have been nicer if there was, some liveries or some extra options for the arch extensions and stuff like that. But overall it's still a solid vehicle to collect. If you couldn't get this car the week it was available, please let me know if you're on PlayStation 5. I'll be willing to work with you and make sure you get this car if you're interested. Uh, but there's one thing I want to mention. The overall car is based on the 2017 to 2019 E-Class station wagon. All this starts are these extensions and stuff like that. These arch extensions, those come from the 4x4 squared concept. So it's not a real production vehicle or a limited edition vehicle that you could buy. But the overall car is based on something, just to clarify. But anyway, the bumper and the hood selections here, they're okay. You still have a good amount of stuff to select. But here, in terms of the hoods, I was really stuck between the Ridge and the vented hood. The vented hood is not featured on the concept or the production model, but I just like how it looks. For the headlights, you could put xenons, but I prefer the stock ones. I feel like they look a lot better. For the respray, instead of making it like a matte gray, like the concept, I'm gonna make it a forged green. I feel like it looks so nice on this car. Some of you might think that it looks a bit tacky, but I personally like it. It fits this car very well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna match the secondary as well. There is a little bit of secondary color down there in the, you know, that part where the chrome is. I know it has a word, but I can't find the word I'm looking for. But I'm just gonna match all that stuff anyway. So I'm just gonna put the usual upgrades, and then for the wheels, I'm gonna go into um, the off-road section here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose, let's see, I feel like the ridged uh, cliff wheels look good here, climber wheels. So I'm gonna go with those. They look good in alloy, but you know what? I'm gonna paint it in black for now. I kind of like how it looks. If you want to do tire lettering, it does change the tire treads, but I'm gonna leave that off. All that's left for me to do here is just show you the window tint. It would have been cool if this car came with more liveries or a separate option without this crazy body kit. To be honest with you, we all would have loved a stock version. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of the garage quickly, and I'm gonna show you a closer look of the interior and the engine model. Detail and texture quality is acceptable, but that's to be expected for an older DLC vehicle. As you can see, the engine model isn't the greatest. It is a V8 engine, but the texture quality is pretty poor. But that's to be expected, as I said. And same goes for the interior. I guess it just depends on the developer who makes these cars or what. Because some of these vehicles feature better detail and texture quality than others. The trunk, there really isn't much to talk about here, it's just a trunk. But the rest of the car, the exterior is well done. It does represent what the real car is supposed to be, basically. The door handles are a bit strange. I don't know how your fingers would fit through that. There are some oversights, but it is what it is. The rest of the model, however, is pretty accurate to the real life E-Class, and I like to see that. Speed and handling is decent. It is about average in terms of performance. The handling feels quite heavy. Despite not being in the off-roads class, this car still does pretty well at off-roading. I cannot complain much about it here. If you go up steep inclines, it is a bit slow. Well, you see it slow down quite a bit. I wouldn't say that it's underpowered or anything, but you can, as I said, you can really feel the heaviness of this car. Um, but I feel like it could have used a bit more of a boost. But as you can see here, it can still go up the inclines with no problem. But if you're trying to escape players or NPCs, I really wouldn't recommend this car. It's just not great for that. It's mostly a show car, you know. It's you can still use it. It's still usable, but it's not the most adequate. There are some other off-road vehicles that are a lot faster that really don't struggle, such as a Camacho. I highly recommend that one over this one. But if you want, you know, a four-door station wagon like this, you really can't beat it for the price. As I said, I love to look at it. You know, the taillights are similar to a real-life car. The rest of the body as well. But I really haven't rolled over, as you can see. It's still pretty stable. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Please stay tuned for more if you're interested. And as always, thanks for watching.